Hey everyone, I'm Kate. I joined the group months ago. I'm sure you know me from my posts. I do post a lot. I just wanted to say hello and introduce myself. Um, I've had PTSD actually since 1990. I was hit by a car, and I'm very lucky to be alive. He was speeding, this young man, and doing 70 miles an hour in a 50-mile zone, and he struck me. And I was in major trauma for a while, on neurology for a while. Um, but I got up and fought back because I had two children and I'm all they had. Uh, when I was 28, I was diagnosed with my first cancer, It was bilateral breast. It was pretty traumatizing because I had gone through to several doctors about a lump in my breast, and no one took me seriously. Said I was too young for breast cancer. I survived that. Obviously, I'm still here at 55, and this is the first time being public, so please bear with me. I've worked a lot. I've been working since I've been 13. I had multiple childhood traumas. I guess I was the caregiver from a very early age because God love my mom. She had mental illness, and my dad was in the military, high ranking, and I just loved him dearly. I love both of them, really. It's just mom was quite challenging, and I never really had a childhood. I married a police officer, and unfortunately, it was extremely abusive and ended up in divorce. Uh, he kind of never let it go, and I raised a wonderful son and a wonderful daughter. My son David unfortunately had serious behavioral problems due to the abuse he suffered through his father. His father, a police officer, was literally bonded from his own son. I've kind of suffered from depression at an early age in my life, and as things moved forward, I kept going through trauma after trauma. At 28, I had cervical cancer, so another surgery for that and treatment. I don't know why I'm still here. I guess I have to thank God for that. I believe there has to be something out there because I'm still alive and I've survived things that most people wouldn't. My strength has always been my children. I knew if something happened to me, there'd be nobody there to take care of them. And I was the only one I trusted with my own children. So they're actually my heroes in a way. So life goes on, and battling cancer, single mom raising two children. I had quite a career. Actually, I had multiple careers. I've always been a caregiver, and I really care about human beings. I don't know if it's a curse because it's followed me since childhood, since I was born. I have a great deal of compassion and empathy for others. In 2003, I was sexually assaulted by the psychiatrist who was treating me for my PTSD. I kind of lost it. I had a breakdown, and kind of went off the grid from society and everything else, shut everybody off the world. Before that, I was in the media a lot for breast cancer and rowing in the Royal St. John's Regatta, and it was all positive news. And I was inspiring people, and that's always what I've wanted to do. I guess I really want all of you to know that PTSD is not easy. It's a daily struggle. All of us have different issues and some of the same issues when it comes to PTSD. I know one of my big things is nightmares. Also fear. I live in fear constantly. Major trust issues, which sometimes I find myself actually staying home a lot and avoiding any big public places. I can get nervous going for groceries. I try to fight it. I don't want to be alone forever, and unfortunately, my PTSD is pretty complicated. All the people I was raised to trust and believe in were the very people who actually hurt me. And so at 55, yes, I'm 55 and I'm feeling it, and going through health problems as we speak right now with my kidney. I lost my right kidney in 2008 to another cancer. So I've never been able to really sit back and relax and just like live for me, because I was always battling something or someone, and it just never seemed to end. And I'm exhausted, not exhausted of people, because I'd love to be out there helping anyone I could, but just exhausted with life sometimes. And I think that's pretty normal for all of us battling PTSD. For me, PTSD had total control of my life from 2003 and onward. It was bad after I was hit by the car. I used to go to bed at night and constantly dream of the sound the car made when it hit my body. And it was just over and over again. And of course, the more traumas, the more nightmares. I used to wake up in sweats and terrified, always terrified. Fear is the biggest thing I'm trying to overcome. With all my training and everything, I know I could defend myself. That sometimes scares me though, because I don't know my own strength, and I would never forgive myself if I ever hurt anyone from being hypervigilant, or someone snuck up behind me, excuse me, or just tried to hurt me. I guess I've been hurt a lot, and I'm always on high alert. And I don't sleep well with PTSD. I don't know. It's not just the nightmares. It's sometimes the fear of going asleep means I'm not on high alert to hear, see, or be prepared for anything that may happen. I was in pretty bad shape before I came to this group, and actually it's the first time since 2003 I've really had the support of so many wonderful human beings, and I truly mean that about all of you. I feel like I'm somewhat normal, if that makes sense, being part of this group. I do take medication for PTSD. A lot of it is sleep medication. Sleep medication because I need something to literally knock me out, so I do get some sleep. Memories. I used to think it was a gift because I could always talk about my life in chronological order. But having PTSD, it's a curse because anything can trigger a memory from my childhood, from past traumas, from things I've seen that no human being should ever see. Um, it's it's a constant cycle, and for example, sometimes I feel invincible because I've survived things that, like 3 cancers, run over by a car. I was hiking and fell 26 feet off a cliff and survived, no broken bones. And that makes me nervous because I wonder why I'm still here, especially when I've lost so many that I've loved. I hope this is coming across okay. This is the first time I've ever gone public and on this group or even spoke to anybody. I don't like to do media work any cause because I think there's more people out there who could do a better job. And mental illness is something that we always have to continue to talk about and discuss and be open about. Um, I know this group on several occasions have really saved my life. The support here is amazing, and I'm forever grateful to all of you. This week I start taking care of my grandchildren. Ava, she starts grade primary. I've been taking care of them since they've been babies. And so my children were my heroes and always gave me that grit to keep going, to rise up, to fight because I needed to protect them from all the things I knew could happen to young children or young adults, little girls, little boys. So, I've been fighting and doing it all for them because I love them. And now I have grandchildren and this thing inside of me that makes me fight like a dog, to survive and stay alive and be the best person I can be for my grandchildren. Because sometimes in my mind I think I'm the only one who can still, even at my age, keep my children and grandchildren safe from all of the boogeymen out there or from the things that I've gone through and went through. I just wanted to say hello. I can't believe I'm doing this. Say thanks to Jamie McWhirter because without him and setting up this group, none of us would be here supporting each other and caring for each other. As I said last week, I may not be posting much. That's because I start taking care of my grandchildren. And I'm just wishing all of you, I want you to know that you really matter to me. I really care about all of you. I want us to be able to fight this PTSD and to overcome all the daily obstacles we face. We are not weak. We are absolute survivors. The only thing any of us can do is to take one day at a time. And it gets tough some days, doesn't it? But I believe in all of us. I've had, paramedics I know, professional people I know who are first responders end up taking their own lives due to PTSD. I don't want any of us to become a statistic. The world is better off for all of us because I look at people with PTSD and realize all of us are major caregivers and put our heart on the line, and we're all out there doing good for others, and PTSD is a part of that. So, don't give up. Please don't quit. Every day is a new day. One day may be really bad, but I promise you it's been my experience that the next day could be a little better. The day after that could be even better. Then we might have a really bad day again, but just keep thinking of why we're here. Um, I believe everyone in this group is an inspiration to everyone else who's suffering with PTSD. I really believe that we are true survivors, and we're here because we have a message for those who come to the group newly diagnosed with PTSD. Um, and I really believe that in my heart. And every one of us in this group has something to say about PTSD, and we all learn from each other. The support is amazing. I just want to say to you all, every single one of you, that I am sorry you're struggling with PTSD. But I also know deep in my heart there has to be something very special about each and every one of us who have PTSD, because it means we cared too much, we worked too hard, we were caregivers, we were always doing good for others. And that's what happens when, we go out there and try to save the world, one human being at a time. Be good to yourselves. Please be good to yourselves. I'll always be here if someone needs to talk. I may not always have the answers or know what to say, but I'm truly thinking about each and every one of you. I want to say hello to Jamie's wife, Vanessa. I think both of you are pretty special people. And I guess I want to say God bless. Don't give up. I have one saying before I go that I live by. Well, actually two. One is, with one hand held by God, go I. And the second is a verse, and it goes like this. People always ask me, how can you hold your head so high with everything you've been through? And the answer is, I'm a survivor, not a victim. I'm a survivor, not a victim. Take care. God bless. Love you all. Wish you all good things. Never give up the fight. Together, we can really make a difference in other people's lives. We are just as important as any other human being here on this earth. Over and out. Over and out. I haven't said that in a long time. Anyway, take care, everyone. Love you all. Bye-bye.